ज्ञानान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshetarine. जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. Okay. So, I'll share my screen. Here we go. So we missed reading verse 3 last time. I don't know how we skipped it. I think in first reading we just read first and second verse, and then in second reading of chapter 3 we read fourth and fifth. So let's go. So we are discussing the Purusha avatars of Lord Vishnu or Krishna, and these are this is how the creation is being explained just in the beginning. Why? Because they were asking that why Krishna takes birth in the womb of Devaki. So briefly he answered in chapter 2 that he wants to reclaim the conditioned souls, and at the same time now he is explaining in chapter 3 that how he's doing that, right? So we learned last time that how much is Krishna involved in us, right? Although he is saying that I have nothing to do with the material world, so really he doesn't have to do anything with the material world, but we are actually not material, we are spiritual beings. So for us he is so much invested. Okay, so we have to take a note that he is expanding himself in Vishnu forms, and then more expansions of those forms, right? As we saw last time, that then from Garbhodakshay Vishnu, again Brahmaji comes, and then from Brahmaji Rudra comes, and then we also saw from Brahmaji Prajapatis, Manus, and Marichi, and all those progenitors who are increasing the population of the world, right? And then we also saw that how Lord Vishnu comes himself as a Manu in the Manvantar avatars, right? And we saw that in Brahmaji's one day, which is 1000 yuga cycles. Okay, and once yuga cycle is how much? 10 times 432,000. Okay, and 10 times how did we get? 4 for Satya Yuga, 3 for Treta Yuga, 2 for Dwapar Yuga, and 1 for so that 432,000 times 1 Kali Yuga, times 2 Dwapar Yuga, times 3 Treta Yuga, and times 4 Satya Yuga. So that's how we got that number, right? So one Yuga cycle is 432,000 times 10, and 1000 Yuga cycle means this number needs to be multiplied by 1000, and that makes 1 day of Brahma. Okay, so in that 1 day of Brahma, which is like a big number, 432,000 thousands. So that number is one day of Brahma, and in that one day 14 manus come. Okay, so you can imagine in 1 month and in one whole year and whole lifetime of Brahma, unlimited manus are coming. I mean, not unlimited exactly, but countless. But this is only about one universe, right? We are just talking about one universe. But we also heard that when Karanodakshai Vishnu, he breathes, so innumerable universes are coming out of his body, right? So that way, actually, unlimited, like it's unfathomable. And this material world is just one dot in the whole creation. Just think about this, where we are, I mean, where Srila Prabhupada is taking us, right? Yeah. So yes, Sachin Prabhu, would you like to read the Sanskrit as well?
Yeah, I'll try, Mataji.
Yeah.
Yashya Vayava Samasthanaya
Do you know how to
Kalpituri.
read Hindi?
Not very good, Mataji.
Okay.
It's a very
Okay.
bad
Yeah,
read.
otherwise sometimes even this script is easy for us to read. It's okay. Yeah, carry on, Prabhu.
So, Yashya Yava Samasthanaya Kalpito Loka Vistaraha Tadvay Bhagavato Rupam Vishuddham Sattvam Urjitam. Yashya, whose Avaya, bodily expansion, Samasthana, situated in Kalpita, is imagined, Loka, planets of inhabitants, Vistara, various, Tattvai, but that is, Bhagavatam, Bhagavata, of the personality of Godhead, Rupam, form, Vishuddham, purely, Sattvam, existence, Orjitam, excellence. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
It is believed that all the universal planetary systems are situated on the extensive body of the Purusha, but he has nothing to do with the created material ingredients. His body is eternally in spiritual existence par excellence.
Par excellence.
Par excellence, yeah.
Par excellence. That's what I said.
Prabhu, little louder. Your voice is very soft today. Or maybe closer to the computer.
The purport by Srila Prabhupada. The conception of the Virat Rupa or Vishwa Rupa of the Supreme Absolute Truth is especially meant for the neophyte who can hardly think of the transcendental form of the personality of Godhead. To him, a form means something of this material world, and therefore an opposite conception of the Absolute is necessary in the beginning to concentrate the mind on the power extension of the Lord. As stated above, the Lord extends his potency in the form of the Mahat-tattva, which includes all material ingredients. The extension of power by the Lord and the Lord himself personally are one in one sense. But at the same time, the Mahatattva is different from the Lord. Therefore, the potency of the Lord and the Lord are simultaneously different and non-different. The conceptions of the Virat Rupa, especially for the impersonalist, is thus non-different from the external form of the Lord. This external form of the Lord exists prior to the creation of the Mahatattva, and it is stressed here that the eternal form of the Lord is par excellence spiritual or transcendental to the modes of material nature. The very same transcendental form of the Lord is manifested by his internal potency.
એક કોલ્ડ પ્રેસ નથી હોતું, સારું નથી હોતું.
Okay. Yeah, continue, Prabhu. Oops, did we lose the
eternal, this, I'm here.
Yeah, carry on.
This eternal form of the Lord exists prior to the creation of the Mahatattva, and it is stressed here that the eternal forms of the Lord is par excellence spiritual or transcendental to the modes of material nature. The very same transcendental form of the Lord is manifested by his eternal internal potency, and the formation of his multifarious manifestations of the incarnations is always of the same transcendental quality without any touch of the Mahatattva.
Mm. Yeah, so this verse mainly is described for the materialists who see only like nature as a god or something like that. They don't rely on, like, they don't believe in the personal form of Lord, like the image of human being. Otherwise they feel that, oh, then he's powerless God, then he's a powerless person just like us. So they feel that, okay, this gigantic universal, this material nature is so that's why this Virat Rupa or Virat Purusha is explained, that he has the universal planetary system on his extensive body. Okay, so everything is related to his body. So more we will read in canto 2 also, like how Lord's hair are the trees, or the mountains are his bones, like that. Whole like Virat Roop is explained, but mainly this everything is extended by Lord himself, right? So this Mahat Tattva that we read in the beginning, what is this Mahat Tattva? This is the material energy basically, which is in the material sphere. So from there, like all the living entities are coming out. So Lord gives it to Shambhu, and then Shambhu transfers it to Mahat Tattva, with help of Mother Parvati. And then in Mahat Tattva, all the living entities come into the this universe. But Lord and this Mahatattva are also not different. Why? Because this Mahatattva is also coming through his energies only, so it belongs to the Lord. In that sense, it is non different from the Lord. So anywhere we see, there is Krishna's presence in one sense, right? So that's what we have to understand from this. So we did fourth and fifth verse last time. So actually they were in sequence, that how like thousands and thousands of legs and heads and everything is there. This is also we read, like these verse was talking about various incarnations, 6 types of incarnations. And if you are already not joining, some of us are joining that Wednesday call of Sri Vallabh Prabhu. So now he's also explaining all the forms of Krishna. So there he explained like how these Leela avatars are Vaibhav Prakash of Krishna, like Vaibhav opulence. I mean, how these Leela avatars like Ram, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, all these also not direct expansions of Krishna. They are also coming through Lord Balaram. So those all details he is covering. Now let's move on to verse 6. Yes, Seema Mataji, please go ahead.
स एव प्रथमं देवा कोमरं सर्गम् अश्रिता चचार दुश्चरं ब्रह्मा ब्रह्माचर्यमखण्डितम्. Saha, that Eva certainly Prathamam first, Deva Supreme Lord, Kumaram named the Kumaras unmarried, Sargam creation, Ashrita under, Chachara performed, Dushcharam very difficult to do, Brahma in the order of Brahman, Brahmacharyam under discipline to realize the absolute Brahma, Akhanditam unbroken. Translation. First of all, in the beginning of creation, there were the 4 unmarried sons of Brahma, the Kumaras, who, being situated in a vow of celibacy, underwent severe austerities for realization of the absolute truth. Purport. The creation of the material world is effected, maintained, and then again annihilated at certain intervals. So there are different names of the creations in terms of the particular type of Brahma, the father of living beings in the creation. The Kumaras, as above mentioned, appeared in the Kumara creation of the material world, And to teach us the process of Brahman realization, they underwent a severe type of disciplinary action as bachelors. These Kumaras are empowered incarnations, and before executing the severe type of disciplinary actions, all of them became qualified Brahmans. This example suggests that one must first acquire the qualification of a Brahman, not simply by birth, but also by quality, and then one can undergo the process of Brahman realization.
Hmm. So first, Kumaras came from Lord Brahma. So he wanted to create progeny, but they wanted to like take the vow of celibacy. So therefore, they didn't grow. They just remained like infant children, like toddlers, and they were just roaming around like that. But they were so qualified that they underwent severe austerities, and they became qualified brahmanas, right? So in one sense they are also giving us the example that one needs to become brahmana not only by birth but by his qualities also. So these are these incarnations are empowered incarnations, kumaras. So we have studied shakti avesha avtaras, right? So they were that way gifted by krishna with this power of celibacy and qualified brahmanas, and they had brahman realization. So what is brahman realization? The effulgence that comes out of body of krishna, that is brahman realization. But that is again partial realization. But they were elevated on that platform. So they have not yet realized the bhagwan feature, but they are brahman realized. Okay, so they are kumaras. So we are learning about kumaras. Yes, Shilpi Mataji, please go ahead.
1.3.7 द्वितीयं तु भवायस्य रसातर्गतां महीं उदारिष्यन् उपादत्त यज्ञेश सौकरं वपु. Synonyms: Dvityam, the second, to vad bhavya bhavaya, for the welfare asya of this earth, rasatal, of the lowest region, gatam, having gone, mahim, the earth, udharishan, uplifting, upadatta, established, yagnisha, the proprietor of the supreme enjoyer, sakaram, hoggish, vapuhu, incarnation. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The supreme enjoyer of all sacrifices accepted the incarnation of a boar, the second incarnation, and for the welfare of the earth, he lifted the earth from the nether regions of the universe. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The indication is that for each and every incarnation of the personality of Godhead, the particular function executed is also mentioned. There cannot be any incarnation without a particular function, and such functions are always extraordinary. They are impossible for any living being to perform. The incarnation of the boar was to take the earth out of Pluto's region of the filthy matter. Picking up something from a filthy place is done by a boar, and the all powerful personality of God had displayed this wonder to the Asuras who had hidden the earth in such a filthy place. There is nothing impossible for the personality of Godhead, and although he played the part of a boar by the devotees, he is worshipped, staying always in transcendence.
Yeah, so these incarnations didn't happen like one after another. That is not the chronological order. So as the events kept happening, so that's how these incarnations are being explained. Okay, but we only need to understand this, that how krishna comes in various incarnations to fulfill various purposes. So here it is evident, we also saw in Narsimha movie that how Hiranyaksha put the earth in nether regions, right? They were filthy. They were like in a as it is said, filthy matter was there. So the earth was drowned in that Garbhodaka ocean, very down in the base of that, and there only Lord Varaha could go, right, to pick from there. So Mother Earth was picked by him in the form of Varaha. So as I mentioned earlier also, he doesn't treat any species to be lower, but he comes in every form. So it is for our understanding that he is situated as Paramatma in all kinds of living entities. Even though if one is a great criminal, that also has Krishna situated in his heart. Okay. Okay. So let's read next one. 138. तृतीयं ऋषि सर्गं वै देवर्षित्वम् उपेत्य सः तन्त्रं सात्वतम् आचस्ता आचष्टा नैष्कर्म्यं कर्मणां यतः त्रियाम्. The third one, Rishi Sargam, the millennium of the rishis. Why? Certainly. Devarshitvam, incarnation of Rishi among the demigods. Upetya, having accepted. Saha, he, Tantram, exposition of Vedas. Satvatam, which is specially meant for devotional service. Achasta, collected. Naishkarmyam, non-fruitive. Karmanam, of work. Yatah, from which. Yes, Seema Mataji, please read. Seema Mataji, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji.
Translation.
In the millennium of the rishis, the personality of God had accepted the third empowered incarnation in the form of Devarshi Narada, who is a great sage among the demigods. He collected expositions of the Vedas which deal with devotional service and which inspires non-fruitive action. Purport. The great Rishi Narada, who is an empowered incarnation of the personality of Godhead, propagates devotional service all over the universe. All great devotees of the Lord, all over the universe, and in different planets and species of life, are his disciples. Srila Vyasadeva, the compiler of the Srimad Bhagavatam, is also one of his disciples. Narada is the author of Narada Pancharatra, which is the exposition of the Vedas, particularly for the devotional service of the Lord. This Narad Pancharatra trains the karmis or the fruitative workers to achieve liberation from the bondage of fruitative work. The conditioned souls are mostly attracted by fruitative work because they want to
Fruitive.
uh,
Fruitive.
fruitive,
Hmm.
fruitive work because they want to enjoy life by the sweat of their own brows. The whole universe is full of fruitive workers in all species of life. The fruitive works includes all kinds of economic development plans, but the law of nature provides that every action has its resultant reaction, and the performer of the work is bound by such reactions, good or bad. The reaction of good work is comparative material prosperity, whereas the reaction of bad work is comparative material distress. But material conditions, either in so called happiness or in so called distress, are all meant ultimately for distress only. Foolish materialists have no information of how to obtain eternal happiness in the unconditional state. Sri Narada informs these foolish fruitive workers how to realize the reality of happiness. He gives direction to the diseased man of the world how one's present engagement can lead one to the path of spiritual emancipation. The physician directs the patient to take treated milk in the form of curd for his suffering from indigestion. He's taking another. Mataji, can you please move it up little?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The physician directs the patient to take treated milk in the form of curd for his sufferings from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So, the cause of the disease and the remedy of the disease may be the same, but it must be treated by an expert physician like Narada. The Bhagavad Gita also gives the same solution of serving the Lord by the fruits of one's labor that will lead one to the path of Nashkarmya or liberation.
Yeah. So here, next incarnation they are speaking about is another empowered incarnation, Narada Muni, and he is the guru of all the devotees of the Lord all over the universe and different planets and species. Also, we know that so many pastimes we know, like Dhruva Maharaj, Mrugari, and who else? Even I guess Prahlad Maharaj also met. In the beginning, his mother was pregnant. That time, Narad Muni took her to her hermitage. And there Prahlad Maharaj in the womb, he heard Srimad Bhagavatam. So like that, Narad Muni is the guru of so many devotees, and Prabhupada is saying here, he's the all are his disciples, right? All the devotees. And Vyasdev is also one of his disciples. So he's the author of Narad Pancharatra, which trains the karmis or fruitive workers to achieve liberation from bondage of fruitive work. And then whole thing Srila Prabhupada is explaining about what happens when we are bound to our karma, right? So all those reactions are coming, and the samsara chakra is going on and on. So it is very difficult for a conditioned soul to get out of it until and unless a guru like Narad Muni comes and gives his mercy in the form of knowledge about Supreme Lord, right? So here this very good analogy is explained, that Narad Muni gives direction to deceased men of world how one's present engagement can lead one to path of spiritual emancipation. So this is very important for all of us, that we all are working in fields, right? So how that work itself will take us toward liberation. Okay, so that work needs to be offered as a service to Krishna. So the analogy is, physician directs the patient to take treated milk, means curd, right, in the form of curd, for his suffering from indigestion due to his taking another milk preparation. So if somebody has drank too much milk, he might get diarrhea, but that diarrhea can be cured by another milk preparation like yogurt or chach, right? Buttermilk. So this is how, so that the work itself will bind us if we are attached to the fruits of work. But if we offer those same fruits to Krishna at his lotus feet, then that same work will liberate us. So this is same thing, means milk or curd, but it depends on our consciousness. So, and this all is taught to us through Narada Pancharatra by Narad Muni. So whatever this what you call, the program that we follow, like Mangal Arti and all that, you know, or the deity worship standards are followed in the temple, they all are coming from Narada Pancharatra in ISKCON. Okay, so I'll just read the last, how much, yeah, very little purport, and we will finish with this. तुर्ये धर्मकला सर्गे नर नारायणा वृषि भूत्वात्मोपश मोपेत मकरो दुश्चरम तपः. Turye, in the fourth of the line, Kala, wife of Dharmaraj, Sarge, being born of Naranarayana, a name Nara and Narayana Rishi, sages, Bhutva, becoming Atma Upashama, controlling the senses, Upetam, for achievement of Akarot, undertook, Dushcharam, very strenuous, Tapaha, penance. So I also wanted to mention that all these incarnations are being in very, very detailed explained in upcoming cantos and chapters. So this is just a glimpse in all those incarnations. The fourth incarnation, the Lord became Nara and Narayan, the twin sons of wife of King Dharma. What was her name? I'm forgetting. Thus he undertook severe and exemplary penances to control senses. As King Rishabha advised his son, tapasya or voluntary acceptance of penance for realization of the transcendence is the only duty of human being. It was so done by Lord himself in an exemplary manner to teach us. The Lord is very kind to the forgetful souls. He therefore comes himself and leaves behind necessary instructions, and also sends his good sons as representatives to call all conditioned souls back to Godhead. Recently, within memory of everyone, Lord Chaitanya also also appeared for the same purpose, to show special favor to fallen souls of this age of iron industry. The incarnation of Narayana is worshipped still at Badri Narayan on the range of Himalayas, right? So Lord came in the form of these renunciates or sannyasis, Naranarayan Rishi. Okay, and he is showing by his example about the renunciation, and he's also showing that tapasya or acceptance of penance is necessary for realization of transcendence. So that is he showing by taking renunciation, like he's roaming around like Naranarayan Rishi. Yeah, so that's how he leaves behind necessary instructions for all of us to lead our lives, right? And this becomes our choice then what to choose for ourselves. And he also sends his good sons to reclaim the conditioned souls, right? So that's the purpose of Krishna's coming to Mother Devaki's womb, right? So all these questions are being addressed like that. Recently, so Lord Chaitanya also came for same purpose. He gave Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to everyone, right? He showed special favor to fallen souls of this iron industry. And we recently did with young children, Seema Mataji knows that drama of Jagai and Madhai. Very little kids, they did it. So Jagai Madhai were really, really, I mean, very fallen. There was no sin that they did not do. But Lord Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda delivered them very lovingly. Just gave Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and they were very, very happily singing. So this incarnation of Narayan is still worshipped in Badri Narayan in the range of Himalayas. So we will stop here and then we will continue from the fifth incarnation. So most probably these purports are small because these are just glimpses into the incarnations. So we will continue on Monday. So anything anybody wants to say? Any comment or a takeaway, reflection? I searched up that last time that we were discussing. So yeah, I found some little reference to that pastime, which Amrit Vilasini Mataji was also mentioning. That Brahmaji and Lord Shiva both were trying to, or there was something that Lord Shiva was asking that where is the, did you find the root of this stem, lotus stem? And Brahmaji lied to him that, yes, I found it or something like that. Then Lord Shiva found out and then he cut his head and then he cursed him that you cannot be worshipped because you lied to me. So you will not be worshipped in temples. So yeah, that's just a brief, but I didn't find a solid reference from our books. So I'm yet to figure that out. But yeah, anything
Thank you,
else?
Mataji.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
I really like the point, Mataji, about the qualification. First,
Mm.
one should try to, acquire the qualification, or like before, like sometime in general life, we just try to comment on things. So,
Yeah.
like, or try to make our judgment. So, first, we have to do a proper research or try to know the source of that information instead of just commenting and showing that, oh, I also know something. So, that is my takeaway from today.
Thank you. That's, yeah, for me also. Thank you. Nice point, Mataji. Yeah, that comes through humility. So, this is a great mercy of Srila Prabhupada that we are now able to, instead of looking outside, we are now trying to peek inside and we are opening our heart to our vulnerabilities, right? We have some weaknesses. So it's okay to, talk about that and accept them gracefully because we are committing to work on those. It's not that we are trying to hide anything from anyone, and that's the power of association basically. Because if we are just alone trying to practice, it is very difficult. I mean, it's just an illusion. It feels like we are practicing, okay, we are chanting and our mind is going everywhere. But when we are actually in association of the devotees, like how we meet, we discuss, and then we share, so that holds a totally different impact on our journey, spiritual journey. So it's a very, very nice, I mean, our great fortune that we are able to associate like this. Thank you so much for that point. Okay. Is there anything else? Seema Mataji, I believe your hand is raised for reading for the beginning.
No,
right?
Mataji, I forgot to bring it down.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so nobody has anything else. So we will stop here. And then I will see you on Monday. Thank you. Vancha
Thank you. Hare
kalpatarubhyascha.
Krishna.
Narabhascha
Kripa
Prapasindhuvascha
sindhubhyeva
Patitanam
patitanam
Pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
vaishnavebhyo
Namo
namo.
Namo Nama.
Yeah, please try to remember these points what we are learning. Otherwise, it will flush out of the memory. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare